Welcome to the Gospel Road. We're going to look at Proverbs 27. It says, "Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring forth. Let another praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger, and not your own lips. A stone is heavy, the sand is weighty, but a fool's provocation is heavier than both. Wrath is cruel, anger is overwhelming, but who can stand before jealousy? Better is open rebuke than hidden love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend. Profuse are the kisses of an enemy. He who is sated loathes honey, but to the one who is hungry, everything bitter is sweet. Like a bird that strays from its nest is a man who strays from his home. Oil and perfume make the heart glad, but the soul is torn by trouble. Your friend and your father's friend do not forsake, and do not go to your brother's house in the day of your calamity, but is a neighbor who is near than a brother who is far away. Be wise, my son, and make your heart glad, that I may answer him who reproaches me. A prudent man sees danger and hides himself, but the simple go on and suffer for it. Take a man's garment when he has given surety for a stranger, and hold him in pledge, and when he guides surety for foreigners. He who blesses his neighbor with a loud voice rises early in the morning and will be counted as cursing. A continual dripping on a rainy day and a contentious woman are alike. To restrain her is to restrain the wind, or to grasp oil is in one's right hand. Iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. He who tends a fig tree will eat its fruit, and he who guards his master will be honored. As in water, face answers to face, so the mind of man reflects the man. Sheol and Abaddon are never satisfied, and never satisfied are the eyes of man. The crucible is silver, and the furnace is for gold, and a man is judged by his praise. Crush a fool in a mortar with a pestle, along with the crushed grain, yet his folly will not depart from him. Know well the condition of your flocks, and give attention to your herds, for riches do not last forever. And does a crown endure to all generations? When the grass is gone, and the new growth appears, and the herbage of the mountains is gathered. The lambs will provide your clothing, and the goats the price of a field. There will be enough goats' milk for your food, and the food for your household, and maintenance for your maidens." Proverbs 27. That's what we are looking at. Long weekend, 4th of July weekend, at least in America. I know most countries have their celebrations for independence. It says, "Better is open rebuke than hidden love. And faithful are the wounds of a friend. Profuse are the kisses of an enemy." Yeah, it's a long weekend. Hope you're getting some rest, taking some downtime. I know a lot of us are going through a lot of stuff. Stress that we're not used to having. Yesterday was an interesting day for me, with my dad losing his balance and falling and having to help him up. my mom talking to someone that I hear she was told by a doctor to not do, which she had not told me. I had to try and get that out of her. Now, my days can really be a mess, and not always sure how to deal with them. Try to, we'll say, remain calm, but it doesn't always work. Try to not be stressed, but again, it doesn't always work. Just because there's so much going on between home and work. I was telling a friend yesterday about what happened, and they're just like, your parents do not make it easy on you. I said, no, they do not. And, as we get older, we always have to remember that plan for being older. I'll be honest, my parents didn't do that. So we're going through some financial difficulties right now, trying to get all that figured out, because there's some things happening for my dad that, well, in all reality, we can't afford. We look through the Proverbs, and it shares so many things. Really, it's like little notches. They could all be in fortune cookies. These little nuggets of wisdom, nuggets of knowledge. We are not taught, trained to think about the future. Now, there's a difference between thinking about the future and worrying about the future. As this even opens up, it says to not boast about tomorrow, but we also hear later on in Philippians to not worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow take care of itself. Deal with today, which is true. But it also does not mean that you're not planning for some sort of future, either for you or for your family, or if you do not have a family, just something for someone else to kind of take care of them. These are important things that we have to remember as we are aging and getting older, because at some point we're not going to be able to take care of things. We're dealing with insurance right now, and of course insurance in America is a huge pain in the butt. Now, I'm not saying healthcare in other countries isn't a pain either, because even though it is state-sponsored, they also make decisions on what you're going to get and what you're not going to get, how your treatments are going to be done. You kind of get the same thing when you're dealing with insurance companies. Again, speaking of the money, went with my years ago, which before things were getting bad, went with a cheap insurance supplement upon retirement. Well, come to find out now, that's biting him in the tail a little bit. And then my mom, we had to do the same thing, but she was getting it through her company, which they, after retirement, and they quit offering the supplements, so then she had to figure it out on her own. It's not easy, and it creates lots of stress. And it just puts so much pressure on you dealing with that every day. How do you deal with that? How do you break away? How do you really calm down from dealing with that on a regular basis? I hear people say so many things to me all the time, of, oh, you're a good son, or, they got to be happy with you. I'm sure it depends on the day. But there are days that that's certainly not how I feel by any means. And then a lot of times it feels like I'm just in arguments every day because they're not wanting to listen. They're wanting to do whatever. They're not thinking. My dad's not taking responsibility, not being responsible. Again, not thinking. He's, older and thinks he's 25. Yeah, it's frustrating. But you just deal, right? You just keep pushing on. And sometimes it's the best that you can do. We're trying to be the best that we can be to help others, no matter what they've done. In my childhood, some or most were not, but were worse than mine, but mine not the best. Mine not, given the love and the support that parents would normally give a kid. But here I am. Jokers to the left of me. Oh no, it's clowns to the left of me and jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you, right? That feels like it sometimes. I am. It's just me. I'm just stuck there in the middle. How many times do you feel that you're at work and you're dealing with things and you're just stuck right there in the middle, and no matter what you do, it can't change. It just kind of is what it is. Talk to somebody and they go, I hate that saying. Well, unfortunately, sometimes that saying's all you have. Because that's what it is. It is what it is. As you're trying to deal with things and trying to get stuff figured out, it's not always simple. It's not always easy. And you don't always know what to do or how to deal with it. Kind of drives you crazy. Just like when you're kind of dealing with situations, you go to the doctor and the doctor gives you an idea, and then suddenly you're running down the rabbit hole with that idea. It's never been the official diagnosis. This is where the internet has really gotten us really separated, because now we can look up our own problems and go, well, those are all me. Well, sometimes I've looked at a lot of things and I said, those are all me too. But it's not saying that I have that. It doesn't always mean saying that you have that either. We have to be able to figure out that balance. Now, it doesn't mean we don't maybe want to start living better, eating better, doing things better for ourselves, if we have that or not, because that's something else. I've talked about it over the years of, the health, the 360 degrees of health, mentally, physically, spiritually. We have to take care of all of those to make sure that we can be the best that we can be, to do our best for everyone. I go to the gym at least 4 days a week, 3 to 4 days a week, and try to help myself mentally. Not doing as well on that anymore as I used to, because I just don't get that break that I used to get years ago with so much that's going on. And spiritually, I try to take care of that too. And I'll be honest, because of how busy and how things I've been lately, I've been failing at that as well. But, I still have that heart. I still have that hold there that I'm not letting go. But it's trying to really take care of us to be the best that we can be. So we're going to be there for others, for our friends, for family, for work, for whatever it is that we need to be. Right? That's it. Being the best you can. Taking that break like we have this weekend, a nice long weekend, and hopefully you're getting that to take some time, to take some downtime, and to really relax and recuperate and recharge yourself before getting back into the grind. Proverbs 27. That is what we're looking at today. So read that. How does it help you? How does it help you be that better person? How does it help you grow as we grow and learn every day? If you enjoyed this, you can always share it on social media, as well as finding me there on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all at My Buddy Jimmy and at mybuddyjimmy.com. I've been checking my TikTok videos, and it's funny the favorites that I get, and that's just my little word of the day that I do. A few other things that kind of pop out, but it's growing, and the likes that I get, it makes me chuckle, because it's not something that you expect when you start doing something, right? It is kind of fun, though. It is interesting. Next couple weeks going to be a little scattered on getting them done, because the guy that I work with is on vacation, so I'll be covering his stuff, and by doing that, I'm not going to have a lot of extra time. So then I'll have to play catch-up after that. And then we're getting ready for the fair. Yeah, that's, oh my goodness, well, just over a month away. Yeah, very close. Close. But, thank you. Thank you for listening, and on the platform that you're listening, be sure to give me a rating as well. Would much appreciate that. Proverbs 27, be sure to read that, because you always want to read these for yourself, because we all have our own personality. We all have the things that we're going through individually, because again, we are individuals. We're not the same. We are independent. That's why we have fingerprints that are different. That's why we have ear prints that are different. That's why we have DNA that is different. So read that for you. See how it can help you be that better person. Be better today than yesterday. Be better tomorrow than today. Thank you for listening to The Gospel Road. Have a great day. God bless.
Spinal adjustments provided by Dr. Chad Rolfson. The Spinal Tuning Chiropractic Center is a Des Moines area low flat fee per month unlimited chiropractic care practice. When life happens, just adjust. Schedule today at spinaltuning.com.
If you're looking for help with software, app, web development, be sure to check out my friends at ingenuitycompany.com. They believe in their clients. Software development, app development, web development, visioning, design thinking, diagramming, organizational development, strategy. They can help you at the Ingenuity Company. Find out more at ingenuitycompany.com.
The Jimmy Olsen Radio Network.